it seems like every first map in this particular group is Tomb of the Spider Queen. So now we're heading into the third best of 3 of Group A, and we have the 2 winners facing off against each other. Team HasuObs against Team Daykwaza. And the winner of this takes first spot in the group, and therefore a really good seed to enter the playoffs, which is the main thing. Now, again, this is the group stage, so it's the warm-up for the real Meta Madness. But yes, we are back with Meta Madness, powered by High-Tech. We got already some good games, and these are best of 3 series. Once that we're heading into the playoffs, we're going to have a lot more best of 5s as well. Now, keep in mind, the rules for Meta Madness, they're pretty simple. So we have pre-banned heroes that are not allowed to be played in the entire tournament. Currently, that is 11 heroes. You can see them down here. The amount of heroes that are banned before the event is determined by sub-goals on the Twitch channel. So for the main event, we are likely going to have more than 11 heroes pre-banned, up to a maximum of 20, because let's face it, at some point it gets a little bit too crazy. But we also have another rule for Meta Madness that makes it quite spicy, and that is that every single hero that gets played within a series can only be played once. So after the first map, all the 10 heroes that you're seeing on map number 1 are not allowed to be played again in the second or third map, and so on and so forth. So as we progress through a best of 3 or even a best of 5, that obviously results in the hero pools being very limited very, very quickly, and therefore things become interesting. But now that we're heading into the first map, we have some limitations that the players have to deal with, and that's the 11 pre-bans, and that of course sets immediately. I mean, Johanna is out of the run, for example. The same is also true for someone like Hanzo. But we have bans on Maiev, bans on Gul'dan, and bans on Junkrat for now. So it's gonna be an interesting first map, considering that they really banned a whole lot of damage dealers. We had in some of the previous games frontliners targeted. That's not the case here. So the interrupt potential you get from Junkrat is already gone. Chromie, by the way, was a staple in most of the series today. Was at least played once, so she could be played again here. We have Cure in this case, picking Malfurion. He's been all over the place with his picks, but I assume that they're going to swap things around slightly. And on the other side, what is the priority for Team Daykwaza here? They got Breeze on their side, so a Diablo pick would probably be pretty cool for them too, but he's showcased earlier his Tyrael, and that was quite sexy as well. Anduin and Chromie. The blondies are in the house. Alright. Chromie, once more, yeah, I'm telling you. She is going to play a big role in this Meta Madness. Unless, of course, she is also ending up on the chopping block at some point and gets banned for the main event. But yeah, they gotta deal with Chromie here. And what is Johanna? Is Johanna, for example, getting his Garrosh again? It's definitely his best hero. Or at least the one that he seems to prefer. Ah, yeah, there he is. Okay, there he is. Don't even have to talk about it anymore. He has a chance to pick him, so he gets him. And we got Lunara. Yeah. Yeah, Lunara they played it earlier with the Thornwood Vines. There's a lot of wave clear that you have with her. The poke, of course, too. You get a bit of vision with the wisps and can keep kind of taps on things like the boss. And just keep your eye on that. And there's the Tychus ban. Okay, Tychus is banned. And what's happening now? What do you get rid of? Maybe some of Breeze's heroes. Genji, yeah. No Game No Life played a pretty mean Genji earlier, so I guess they saw the games. Actually, I know that they saw the games. Hanzo was in the lobby and checked the match out, so he definitely has seen that. He's like, yeah, let's not do that. Let's just not do that. So, Genji is banned for the first map. With all of the damage dealers banned out, are we going to see a double mage? Tyrael and Irel, so Breeze gets his Tyrael again. There is a chance that we're going to get a second mage. We'll see. Time will tell. Don't have to. But it's always kind of cool when you get it. I mean, even in the days of HGC, there were a few teams like Dignitas that were occasionally trying to make a double mage happen. And in some rare cases, it actually did. So now we got the last 2 picks for the blue team for our winner's match here, the first map. Greymane and Dehaka. Yeah, Cure is likely going to play as Dehaka again. Played it already the last time, their first series that they played. He played it on the same map. And that leaves us with the final pick. No Game, No Life has a choice to make. They have Chromie as the main damage dealer now. So what's he gonna go for? On the other side, they're facing off against Lunara and Greymane for the damage. And what are we getting from Team Daykwaza? Jimmy! Jim Reyna in the house, everybody. We got some auto attacks. Let's go. So, map number 1 in our winners match. Let's see which team takes the lead. Game time! Here we go, everybody. Our first map in the best of 3 series between the 2 winners in Group A. And at this point, we got on the left side Team HasuObs. They're rocking it here with Hasu himself on Lunara, Gulnar on Malfurion. Johan is playing Garrosh. We got Cringe Kid, aka Cure, on Dehaka, playing cross-server here. Kudos to him. And Morenas is playing Greymane. On the right side of the map, it is Daykwaza with his team. Him playing Urel, Henning on Anduin. We got Breeze again on Teriel, Jalap on Chromie, and No Game, No Life is playing Jim Reyna. Also a little bit of a deviation. We got the Dragon's Breath on level 1 now for Chromie, so working on the stacks here. Cure is immediately trying for a cheeky drag right at the start, and not quite able to lock that one in either. But, yep, with that, let's get the party started. Breeze is jumping in deep. And we have stacks for Jimmy. Alright, that was a little bit unexpected. The Veteran's Marksman on level 1. Don't see that all too often in an actual game. Yeah, if you're playing a Brawl, if you're playing an ARAM, that's a bit of a different story. There, of course, you can really shine with it. But in a game on Tomb the Spider Queen, I didn't really expect that. So down at the bottom of the map, a little bit of poking is happening. Q is playing nicely around the vents and is making sure that everybody that gets too close to him, it gets the tongue. But, yep. That's actually kind of nice. I want to see how much he's going to get out of this. Now, camps are already taken very early on by Team HasuObs. At the 1 minute mark, they rotated Greymane over. But now that they're seeing the action down here for the Siege Giants, they're abandoning that very quickly. Johan gets a bit poke. Good penetrating round. That one was really important. And they get the kill, aren't they? Oh, yeah, they do. The kill is in. A few more stacks for Jimmy. And he is getting value here. But that was well done. If he doesn't hit the penetrating round, then it's likely the end of Jim Reyna himself. So, yeah, that is pretty neat. Now, we have him with the 7 stacks here. And, of course, the Gambit that you also have with that. But up to this point, at least, it worked out quite nicely. So, we'll see how much this is going to do for him in the long run. Can he keep the Gambit stacks together? That's the first question. And is he, of course, able to properly stack? But that's definitely a little bit unheard of. But either way, we're going to keep our eye on him. Of course, it's not going to be easy to survive with Jimmy throughout the entire game because you don't really have a good escape tool. But with Breeze, maybe he can drop a couple of good sanctifications later. Talking about Breeze, he's in trouble. Not for long, but gets chunked down heavily. So, there it is. And the camps are now claimed. Level 4 talents available on both sides. A couple of gems already turned in by the blue team. And Jimmy is just doing what he does. Getting those hits connected. As long as he's keeping those penetrating rounds to make sure that especially Garrosh stays away from him, I guess that's fine. If not, he has to rely on Anduin to pull him back out. And Anduin is, of course, pretty good against Garrosh in the sense that if you stay far away, if something like that happens, you can save the target exactly like this. I mean, perfect timing to show a bit of an example of how that would look like. But now we got 9 stacks for Jimmy, and they're pushing through the middle. Giving a bit of a early damage output, capitalizing, of course, now also on the Gambit stacks here, sitting at 6,000 damage. Yeah, 60,000 after the 3 minute mark. That would be kind of wild. That would be a little bit OP. I think that would need another Blizzard patch. But yeah, you can tell that he's fully aware he needs to get out of there. If he gets hit by too much of that CC, he's gonna be in trouble. And another nice move with the penetrating round. Johan really wants him. He wants to get some kills in against Reyna so that he can remove the Gambit stacks. But so far, they've been paying attention. But they got a bit of a hard-on for Jimmy. I mean, who doesn't? So they came in with a root, with Johan making one play after another with Garrosh in an attempt to drop him. Hasn't worked out for them yet, but at least they were able to control the turn-in point and get the first Webweaver wave going. So, good for them. Team Hasu with a bit of early aggression here. Yeah, down at the bottom of the map. Cure is still doing his thing. Level 7 talents are now available on both sides. Chromie, by the way, also stacking. She's sitting at 13 now. Yeah, and Jimmy is already at 16. So he's getting there. I like it. We got the unstable compound now. Still gotta poke this out, of course, and he's trying to. And Garrosh is suffering because of it. Those auto attacks are starting to hit hard. Yeah. I love how he's really doing well in the positioning. I like it. But they gotta deal with the web weavers. I mean, it's not only trying to stack for Jimmy, but they also gotta deal with the objective here. And they take the one at the top lane out quickly. But in the middle of the map, especially with Lunara strengthening the push, they get the entire wall destroyed. And they really want a kill now. We've only seen a single kill in this game, and that was for Team Daykwaza. But now, yeah, there's the pull. And, oh, jeez. Even with that, Lunara does work. So right now we got at the bottom of the map Urel saving the day for them. Daykwaza obviously one of the best side laners that we currently have in this game. And he was able to hold this all by himself. But they gotta turn their gems in. They haven't delivered a single one yet. They're 70 now. Got 70 for the time being. 1 kill to 0. Not a lot of damage. Well, they actually dropped the fort in the mid lane down pretty low. Anduin is all of a sudden frontlining. Yeah, that's not where you gotta be. Sorry. Henning makes one positional mistake, steps out a little bit too far, and then gets instantly punished for it. You can't give them an opportunity. Team Hasu is gonna use that right away and take you down. Yeah, still a few more hits coming in now, so we got him at 25 stacks. No game, no life. He is doing well with the stacking, but it is obviously still a bit problematic. And his damage is nice, but it's nothing too insane yet. There's level 10, and that's the end of Daykwaza. So that's the second kill for the blue team. Thornwood Vines. Garrosh with the Warlords. Taunt. They try to get the kill up here. I don't think they can. I'm actually a little bit confused that they were staying around this long, considering that there was a level 10 on the board. So, yeah, they saved Jimmy again, but they lost the gems that the frontliner had. So Breeze dies and loses the gems. They still have enough for a turn-in, but that hurts a little bit. And we nearly have another turn-in for Team HasuObs. They're trying to build even more momentum. And there's no level 10 for Daykwaza's team. They can't do anything. So there's going to be another Webweaver wave headed their way now. Yeah. 2 in a row. 2 in a row, but at least they're going to get the camp as well. So, yeah. That could hurt. But at least they have level 10 abilities now to defend. Sounds like a cat. Maybe not quite. Definitely not like a goat. Space goat. Who knows how a space goat sounds. Light bomb is in. Sanctification. And the temporal loop. And Jimmy goes for the Raiders. Yeah, this one is likely gonna hurt. I would be shocked if they don't at least lose 1 fort here. Very likely they're gonna lose more than that. Push to the middle. They're stopping it or trying to stop it as quickly as they can. Top side fort. That one is gonna fall. Down at the bottom of the map. I guess Daykwaza can save this one. But in the middle, I just don't see it happening. With it being at half HP already, how do you stop that? There's still a camp around. And yeah, they're taking this with ease. And Daykwaza's team, they're falling back. And they have to. Urel, she needs to also back off here. Doesn't stand a chance against the 4. Needs to wait for the rotation of the rest of the team. It does exactly that. They try to go for Bambi. A little bit more damage. Nice, but it's not enough. Can't isolate her. Still the play in the middle with the wave. And up at the top, after the fort has been destroyed, they're doing some damage with the web weavers now towards the keep wall. And it will result in the bottom fort being destroyed too. So they lose every single fort here. That was a great objective for the blue team. A really, really strong one. They timed it with a camp. They had the web beavers in the camp in the middle. Nobody was even trying to defend the top fort. There was just no way of spreading yourself out that thin at that moment in time. So they are far back now. They have to get a turn-in, but the problem is that 13 will be available for the blue team in a few more seconds, and that's of course an advantage that you don't want to go up against in a team fight. So what can they do here? Obviously, Team Daykwaza, they are scaling a little bit, but there it is. That has to be... No! Is that a save? Yes! Nice dodge, by the way, with the Indomitable on the penetrating round. So this time Garrosh was able to get close enough, but Anduin still ruined the play. But it is tricky. I am shocked that he has not died yet. I gotta admit that I am very surprised. So good job by Team Daykwaza to keeping Jimmy alive, but they need to do more than that. The end of the goal, or the game of the goal of the game is not to keep Jimmy alive for the next 10 minutes. The goal is to take your opponent's core down, and there they are having some problems. So, yeah. Alrighty, so they're closing in on level 13 talents. That's the good news. And then they have to push for the turn-in. They can't just wait out the entire game here. Yeah. Boss is now also getting attacked, so they're trying to get this. This could be stopped. Yeah, and they already give up on it. They're realizing that it was a bad idea. Against Tyrael with Sanctification, if they can somehow sneak it and force them to, for example, come down here to deal with Cure, that's a different story. But if they're actually fighting for it, then there's just no way. So they're letting that at least happen. They're poking out Garrosh, and they get the Web Weavers. So the bot lane, that Web Weaver wave is not going to do a whole lot. Cure is moving out in time. That was great timing. That was the team definitely telling him, dude, get the hell out of there. Breeze jumps in, jumps out, dodges out on everything. Nice! Yeah, job well done. But can they do damage now? They need to. They're nearly 2 levels behind. If you don't start catching up here, when are you ever going to get another chance? Level 16 is going to be too in their hands too quickly. So now's the moment. Now's the time. Can they do some damage? Take some of those structures down. Jimmy, by the way, on 13, going for the giddy up. And here comes Cure again. Connects the drag. Nice. Sanctification wasn't even needed. Didn't even need the Sanctification here. Better safe than sorry. Cure gets safe. Good throw by Garrosh. And they also get Malfurion out of the mix. But the defense is still holding strong. They took the Web Weaver down. That was the most important thing. So they are moving up to the top lane, trying to take another wall down. Jimmy hits a few more, but it's not enough. 35 stacks. He does damage, don't get me wrong. He's at 31,000, that's not bad. He's single target. Compared to Lunara, who has a lot more AoE available with her abilities, that is not bad. But it's not enough, and now they are finally getting the kill, and that is 15 gems lost. Anduin with a light bomb, he's gonna die too. That's a double right there. Yeah, good Warlord's challenge. He comes in, yells at Anduin, "You were an accident." And Anduin, he can't handle that, so yeah, he dies. 16 is on the board, extra talents. 6 kills to 1, and it's an easy boss. The one thing that they can do is, I guess, turn some of their gems in. Somehow Breeze has 39. So yeah, he can get rid of that. That's at least gonna happen. But that's a boss. And they get a turn in with it too. I didn't even catch that. They have so many gems that they can easily go for boss plus Web Weaver at the top, which should result in a keep. And they will do more than that. So yeah, job well done by Team Hasu. The strategy of Daykwaza's team is not really working out for them, and I really feel that one of the problems was that they were struggling to get a good damage dealer in. A lot of them were banned, some pre-banned, and then Greymane and Lunara were both taken away. So now, up top side, yeah, it's a keep. The question is, can they go core? It's early in the game, so the boss isn't really that strong yet, but it's not impossible that they are going core here. If they can get a kill, that is definitely a thing. Yeah, Q comes in too. Web Weavers are in. They're going to try. But right now, here comes the commitment. The drag misses. Yeah, if that tongue connects, they might be able to lock that in. But Sanctification is also still up. And they get Tyrael. So much for Sanctification. Never even had a chance. And now with Greymane and Lunara, are you kidding me? That should be game. Team Hasu, they are not wasting any time here, are they? 13 minutes in and they lock in the W on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Nicely done. The victory for the blue team in the first map of the best of 3.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
First map of the series, clean victory for Team Hasu. Now, we are on the second map, it is Infernal Shrines, and of course the 10 heroes that were played on the first map are now not available any longer, so in total we have 21 heroes banned before we are starting the draft. Considering how many damage dealers they banned on the last one, those are obviously still available now. You can still, at least on the damage side, get a lot of good heroes, but we'll see how many they're banning out now. In Infernal Shrines, we've already... Tychus, for example, would be an option with his Odin. You could at the same time also think about Alexstrasza and Tassadar. Those are the 3 heroes with transformations, and given all of the heroes that are banned, those might be good options for them now. We got Nubarak banned first, so already targeting the front line a little bit. But Hasu's team has just done a little bit better with the strategy that they had on the last map. Jimmy did well with stacking, but he never really had the impact that you really need in order to get a kill there, so that was a problem for them. If the game would have lasted longer and if could have stacked the level 1 a bit more, who knows, the single target damage might have been enough to threaten the front line and take it down eventually. But the Hasus, they had the drive and the momentum. So, with that, we have Alexstrasza. When was the last time you saw Alexstrasza banned? Yeah, it's been a while. At least when we're talking about competitive play. Sylvanas is also not going to make it into the first game. Maybe an early Tychus pick? Is that a Tychus here? Tychus first pick might not be a dumb idea. Not gonna lie. Yeah, there's also a few tanks, of course, that might be worth... taking. They go for Deckard Cain. Huh. Alright. I did not quite expect the old man to be first pick material for them here. There's Diablo and Tychus. Yeah. Those are the 2 that I could have seen as a first pick for Team Daykwaza. And now both of them are taken. That's honestly, I like this way more for Team Hasu already. I mean, those are 2 fantastic picks right here. So, what exactly does Daykwaza's team have in mind here? Breeze can pretty much play anything at the front line, so you're not going to run into trouble there. Even an ETC if need be. But I would have been... Yeah, I don't know. Leo and Gul'dan, good picks, for sure. So they got Leo, they got Gul'dan, but again, Diablo and Tychus. Jesus. That's such a great start considering how many good heroes are banned in this series. Now, most likely, Daykwaza's team is going to ban a support here. I mean, there's still quite a lot of supports on the board, though. So there's that. Now Maiev gets banned. But which support would they really be afraid of? Or do they just say, okay, screw it, whatever is left, we'll let it be, and instead get rid of a side laner? Urel has been played. So you have Urel, the Hogger already out. Leo has been picked. Yeah, could try and target the side lane a little bit. But they ban Ana. Okay, so no Nano boost. No Iophorus. Ana is out. So they go for the support choke. You can still go White Mane. White Mane is around. Maybe even... Nah. Maybe not necessarily Oriel. But yeah, so... We'll see what they can do with this. I mean, we had some Tirana plays even earlier already, so there's a chance that that's also gonna... Yeah, there she is. Tirana gets played, and together with that we also have Zul. I mean, there's another couple of options. Even, honestly, with like a lot of mobility heroes already taken out, you could have even gone for something along the lines of a Morales at some point. But Uther is also still available, so there's plenty of choices left, I guess. But Tirana with a stun, a good old Diablo Tirana composition is kind of nice. If you have Zul for the rotations between the side lanes, that's also neat. And he can set Tirana also up. Genji most likely going to be picked now, I would assume. No! Falstad and Muradin, alright. Muradin for the front line, and we get Falstad. Falstad Gul'dan for damage. And what is Morena's gonna pick now? Because you can still go Genji here. Yeah, we got Tychus. I mean, this is already great for the Shrines. Honestly is. But yep, there's Zeratul. Alrighty, I like it. Surprisingly for the first time today. I thought that Zeratul would be played in some of the other series as well, but that wasn't the case. So Infernal Shrines, everybody. Let's go. Map number 2 between Team HasuObs and Team Daykwaza. A chance for the blue team to lock in a 2-0 victory. Let's find out if they can pull it off. Game number 2. It could be the last map of this series. If Team Hasu is able to get the win here. So, time will tell. On the left side, we got them with Tychus, played by Hasu. We got Zeratul, played by Cure. Yeah, cross-server with a ping, definitely a bit of a challenge, but his Zeratul is very, very strong, so if anybody can pull it off, it's him. We got Morenas on Zul, Galengulnar on Tyrande, and Johan is playing Diablo. Right side of the map, in the meantime, Daykwaza himself with Leoric. We got Henning on his team with Deckard Kane, Jalap and Gul'dan. Breeze on Muradin, and No Game, No Life is playing Falstad. Let's go. It is a party time for sure. Obviously, the red team needs to win this one if they want to have a chance to bring this to the last map. If they can pull that off or not, well, we'll find out. Infernal Shrines, time map where we're going to get a lot of good team fights, I suppose. And well, the first one is already happening, and it is Tyrande that dies. They killed Karen. Oh boy, yeah. The green hair gave her away and they targeted her quickly. So, the kill on Tyrande. Good start for Team Daykwaza. Seems like they're a bit more comfortable with that composition. All the way up at the top. We already got Daykwaza in here. And, well, wall stun against Breeze. And a bit of their stacks for Gul'dan as they are making a play for Morenas. But Tyrande was back to business and did not only help him out, but also was trying to lay a bit of a trap with a stun that she put in. So yeah, good stuff. Same time now as we're heading down to the bottom of the map. Johan is still alive. Breeze, there's the wall stun. Follow up from Tyrande. Good damage. Yeah, nice. Good old school Tyrande Diablo composition with the Hunter's Mark being dropped. But seems like Johan might be in trouble. He gets away though. Was still a close call for him. That could have definitely been the second kill of the game. I like that Team Daykwaza is being aggressive about this. But also, talking about aggression, with Zul just rocking the wave clear here and Zeratul helping him out too. As you can see, there's a lot of pressure on the mid and the top lane, so that yields some of the hit points on the structures. Tyrande stacking on the stuns with the Lunar Blaze. And they're going for Morenas, but they're missing the connect on the drain, and Daykwaza's paying with his life for it. Leo is down, ghosting around a bit and activating the trade. With now even more slows from him, thanks to the paralyzing rage on level 4. And Tyrande with a Mark of Mending. Mark of Mending for her, shielding potion for Deckard Kane. This time, no Ruby. The bigger they are, as per usual, for Tychus. And immediately Breeze is the one who feels the wrath of the minigun. But he's alive. He's alive and he got the potion. Was close, but they saved his life. And talking about saving people or not saving them, it seems like that's going to be a kill. Yes, the mace to the face. Daykwaza again with another solo kill. He is such a fucking monster on the side lane. It's ridiculous. That guy is just absolutely ridiculous. How many side lane kills in 1v1s has this guy now locked in? It's just crazy. Time and time again, he's able to pull it off, and he did it in this game too. 2 kills to 1. And of course, with your shrine activating, there's a chance now to go for objective number 1. As both of the teams wait for level 7. And by the way, Tyrande, he's very quickly realizing that he needs to get out of here. But that's not the only one that might be in trouble, because Deckard Kane gets also targeted, and Henning gets flipped away. Tychus kills Deckard. Diablo is happy. Daykwaza has given his team a bit of a lead on the objective. The question is just simply how long is that going to last, with the support not being part of this. Now, of course, Daykwaza, even if he dies here, he will respawn on site, so that's neat. Level 7 Talons are in. They're trying to rotate in on Morenas. Yeah, having Zul on the side lane is always nasty. So they get some damage here, but there is not a lot that they can do about the objective at this point. Full control for the blue team. HasuObs, his boys are likely going to get him the first Punisher. Even Daykwaza can't win against these odds. So instead, they're just stealing some of the camps away. They're trying to dominate the middle and the bot lane. Get some structural damage in. Morenas didn't sniff that one out in time. But yeah, Muradin's just anchoring the play, trying to keep Cure at bay here and prevent him from rotating down, at least in sneaky fashion. So for now, we got them still destroying that wall, I suppose. Morenas aren't gonna do something. Talking about destroying things, they're destroying the tower in the middle too. So yeah, but top side has been taken. So they need to bait this one over to defeat it a bit more easily. Damage at the bottom of the map. I mean, they got the wall, most of it at least. But they gotta defend here, and that's where Gul'dan is desperately needed. So yeah, he's moving in as we speak. So right now, yeah, Cure is moving in at the side. He's trying to get some hits in. He's already done with his level 1 talent, so he will have the mobility, especially when he gets his Might of the Narazim on level 10. Good stun, and Daykwaza is dead. The Punisher coming in and taking him down. Leoric eliminated. And I guess they're gonna get that fort. Nice. Neat. The Hazus. They're doing work. Even if they lose Diablo here, as long as they get the fort, that's totally fine. And, well, they might get a little bit more than they bargained for. First of all, yes, the fort is gonna fall eventually. But they got the first one. Oh, clutch. Holy shit. Cure pooped his pants a little bit on this one. Yeah, if that would do damage immediately, not have that little wind up, then that would have been another kill. Would have, could have, should have, nobody cares. He survived. All is well that ends well. So yeah, he takes also the top, jumped in, moves out immediately with the Might of the Narazim, not risking anything. Level 10s are available for both, and we get Starfall. Starfall and a Lightning Breath. Okay. So, with that, we have them attempting to push the bot lane a bit. The kills were nice for Team Daykwaza, don't get me wrong, but they still lost their main structure at the top. And they get the camp here, I guess. Yes, they do. There's the Gust. And do they get the kill? Yes! It's a kill for a kill. Cure is dead, but so is Gul'dan. Breeze ate some dirt too. He got nearly barbecued here. But maybe they can turn this. That doesn't seem likely. They're a bit low. Too low to really make a big play here. Muradin gets at least the globe. Tychus is realizing, yeah, maybe a little bit too far out here, so let's just not do this. Okay, so as it stands, we got 5 kills to 4, so at least on the kills and in team fights, they're very much even here. In the middle of the map, we still got Daykwaza also doing what he can to keep this interesting. Down at the bottom of the map, spray game is on point. Always appreciate that. You gotta get your spray straight. That's always important. Yeah, so we got Cure helping out with the camp. Objective being announced soon. Obviously, on the right side, the same play is happening. And now that level 10 abilities are here, Team Hasu is definitely going to make a move for the next Punisher. You want to get that Odin into action. 14,000 damage for the birdie. Yeah, look at that. The KFC snack is top damage in the game. Interesting. Nicely done. No game, no life. He's had some really nice games today, I gotta say. Even in the last game, the stacking on Reyna was kind of good. Obviously didn't do anything for them. We went over the reasons why that was earlier. But yeah. Alright, gets hit. They're trying to go for Zul. And yeah, Leo goes down. But again, Leo's spawning on site. Zul doesn't, and they want him. They really do. And they're getting him. So that was a positive trade for Team Daykwaza. Leo is going to be back in a second, especially now that he even connected the drain with Diablo. So that's not going to be a problem for them at all. So that's good for them. It's going to take a lot longer for Zul to make an appearance, and also the travel time is of course another problem. So they have a 5 versus 4 going for themselves. There is a lead with the 21 stacks for Team HasuObs, and since they still have the Odin available, they could use that maybe to fight this out once that we're having Zul back in play. But it's definitely going to be a lot closer than they would like here. Yeah, and here comes Odin. Odin is being used. Zeratul jumps in, wants to go for Gul'dan and for Falstad. They're still keeping everybody ready. And yeah, there comes the Lightning Breath. Good gust. I have no idea how a gust, by the way, blows Odin away. That thing must weigh a couple tons. But here maybe the kill. Leo trading his life again. But they are not getting the objective. They lose the Punisher. And now they might lose even a few more heroes. And this is already a really bad spot to be in. Stun into stun. Bit of body blocking is all that they need. Zeratul died again, but so does Falstad. The Punisher and, of course, Tychus are delivering the final blows here. 8 kills to 7. And after they took the fort at the top down, they now have an opportunity to follow it up with a second structure destruction in the middle of the map. You might not get the entire fort, but they're definitely going to get something. And yeah, what they're getting is their ass kicked. Or at least Tyranna's ass. So yeah, crazy bird lady is down. I mean, the only thing that would make Tyranna a little bit crazier if she would just throw cats around. That would be crazy cat lady. But instead she's just having owls. That's already weird in and of itself. But alright. 8 kills to 9. Yeah, it's a spicy one. Structurally, Team HasuObs is definitely way ahead. But I gotta admit that Team Daykwaza is fighting back tooth and nail in every single battle. But it just doesn't seem that they can win the objective thus far. So Cure dancing around. A little bit like Tracer here. Left, right, left. There comes the ult. It's barbecue time. Stay a while and get wrecked. And what an entomb. Daykwaza. What a boss. Multiple of the kills have been happening as a result of Daykwaza dropping a good entomb. So, yep. Now they're moving in for another kill. They're trying to go for Zul again. Yeah, that Necromancer was always looking a little bit... I mean, first of all, he's old and also he's pretty pale, so not really the most healthiest guy. Needs to be very, very careful here. But again, either way, we currently have Zul just rotating around again. He's at 84,000 siege damage. Guldana's 79k. And talk about Guldana, let's take a quick look also at what his stacks are at. 25? Not really that great. Didn't have a lot of opportunities to stack it, I suppose. But he has the Ruthless Affliction now. That should also make it a little bit easier for him to get good damage out if he can target that. Tyranna by now with the Celestial Attunement. So that's a big one. Look at this Entomb again. Look at this fucker and his Entombs. They are insane. And they still save Gulnar's Tyranna. It's ridiculous. First, we have Leo coming in with the God Entomb, just fully trapping them. And then the blue team saves everybody. And now there's a kill on Diablo. Breeze, on the other hand, he might still fall. Leo traded for Dibbles. And now it's Muradin that dies next. But that could just... Oh, Jesus. Can you imagine Tyranna just dying? They could have gotten that damage. First of all, Leo teed up Gul'dan for the easiest horrify of his life. And then that happens, but the fort in the mid lane gets destroyed as a result of the tank being down. And the shrine is activating in 27, but they both have level 16. Great second game though. Great second game. For a second I even forgot that we're in game number 2. 19 stacks for Tyranna. 10 kills to 11. Damage output 34,000 for the birdie. Still top damage in the game. Higher damage to Gul'dan. Higher damage than Tychus. Yep. And everybody is now straight again jumping onto the shrine. It is shrine time, baby. And if I was Team Hasu, I would be a little bit afraid now. Because the entombs that we're seeing from Daykwaza are already impactful as is. Can you imagine him on level 20 if he still hits those entombs? Zeratul is side laning, is trying to push the camp onto the structures, and I really like that they're macroing this and not just going tunnel vision on every single one of these shrines. It's definitely a huge concern, and No Game No Life is now moving away. He can always global in, but somebody has to deal with this, or Cure is going to take their keep down. But this should at least be an objective for Team Daykwaza. This time they're going to get it one way or another. Zeratul is dead? What? How the fuck did he just take... That should be the other way around. How did he kill him? Falstad is on a warpath, but they lose Deckard Cain. Deckard Cain is dead. The bird is joining the fun though. Diablo is down. Can they go for another kill? Look at No Game No Life here. He wants them. Turns around, gusts. They get Tychus. And he wants more. But well, yeah. At least that's the thing. The problem is that this might still cost them the keep. He might have flown down a little bit too early. They got the kills, but they are likely gonna lose that keep, or are they? If he can get to the catapults, they're gonna save it. Yep, Falstad is back and they're saving the catapult. They're saving the keep. Can they take this one? I don't think so. Not enough damage yet. But I love it. Real nice pressure on both sides. And great plays also by Falstad. Getting the kill on Cure Zeratul, that's huge. Now, to be fair, same thing that I tell you when the European players play on the NA server, Cure is playing cross-server. He definitely is not playing at optimal ping. So let's consider that as well. That has an impact. For sure. 11 kills against 14. 32 stacks for Gul'dan. He's getting there. They did a little bit of damage to the keep at the bot lane, but this is definitely very, very low. So 20 versus 20. This is actually way closer than the first map. It really felt like the problem in map number 1 was the draft. And honestly, Meta Madness obviously doesn't only... Like, Meta Madness has a huge impact on this. If you are looking at normal meta and people like fully aware, okay, what can we do here, which heroes are available, then it's very, very different. But sometimes coming up just with that little twist in the Meta Madness draft, when all of a sudden 20, 30 heroes are banned, that can really win you a game. So you have to have those innovations every now and then that will allow you to do that. Ah, they are going for the hit. I'm shocked that they're even going for the Entomb. I don't think they had to, but they get 2 kills out of it anyways. And the coordination there was absolutely priceless. Now we have Zeratul trying to get a kill, but yep, that's not happening, at least not that easily. Falstad, woo! He wants him. Yeah, he went straight into the wind tunnel here. Level 20 talents on both sides having a big impact now. And we saw it in the last fight. That cost the blue team 2 heroes. And what are they getting with it? I guess they're gonna get all of the forts for now. And they could steal this camp away too. Zeratul, on the other hand, he's playing macro. And again, that's a really good thing. Playing macro here is a pretty good idea. So right now, the chance to go straight up for the keep and finish this one. And Zeratul is likely going to do that. I don't think they're going to be back in time. Even if he dies for it, who cares? Even if it... I mean, I would have YOLO'd that keep probably. I think dying there would have been worth it. But he doesn't even have to. Winions! Calculated! Cure with the IQ 200 brain. He's sitting there as like, yeah, I would die for it. I would, but why would I? Because I calculated this through. I'm a rocket surgeon after all. And I know 100% how much damage this is doing. We are going to get that even without it. Yeah, Tyrannus stun missed, by the way, and they are in the fight. There it is, the play, the kill, but the barbecue! Oh, everybody's getting wrecked here. It's a triple, it's a quad. Holy shit, it's a 5-man team wipe. They get everybody. Tigers with the big damage. Gul'dan with the plays. Guys, check this one out. What an absolute disaster for the red team. They were driving this fight and then they lost in the choke point. Diablo with the big damage. 16 kills to 18. On their way to the core. They're going for it. This is game. Team Hasu. Oh my god, Daykwaza and his boys, they were looking so good in the second game, but now they overstepped way too hard, and that is it. Blue team with a victory. They are taking the W with a 2-0 against Team Daykwaza. Team Hasu, they win Group A, and therefore a top seeding spot for the playoffs of Meta Madness. GG, and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.